Hello guys and welcome back to your maths lesson. In this section we will be looking at dividing decimal, which is section 3.7. Okay, we are going to use the short division method. We are only going to look at dividing by using one digit. Let's suppose we have an example 5.2 and they want us to divide that by 4. We are going to use the short division method. Let's set our example up first, or our quotient up first. So we have 5.2 under the division sign. We are going to put it there, and we want to divide that by 4, right? Okay, so using the short division method, we're going to start. 5 divided by 4 is 1. I'm going to put the 1 on top of the 5 there. Okay, and we know that the remainder is going to be 1. So the remainder is 1. We are going to take that 1, put it on top of the 12, on top of the 2, so it becomes a 12. Then we go 12 divided by 4, that's going to be 3. Okay, and there's no remainder. Now we go back again. Check how many digits were after the comma from your question. There was one digit after the comma there. So we are going to put one digit in our answer there. Okay, so therefore 5.2 divided by 4 is equals to 1.3. Example number 2. I'm going to show you a slightly different way of deciding on your decimals on this example. Okay, example number 2, let's take 8.7 divided by 7. Right, let's set up our problem. So 7 is our dividend, it goes there, and 8.7 goes under the division sign. Right, 8 divided by 7 is 1. The remainder is 1. You put the 1 on top of the 7 so that it looks like a 17 now. Now here's the slight different method that I promised you. As you are dividing mentally, that decimal place, that decimal comma, that decimal, put it on your answer as you are dividing already. Don't wait till the end, okay, to do that. That's another option. Then we go again. 17 divided by 7, that's going to be 2. The remainder is 3. Put a small 3 there on top of a nothing, or on top of the 0. So if you like, now you've got remainder 3, but there was nothing to put it on, so we assume that's a 0. You ask why we do that? Have a look at this. We go on. 30 divided by 7, 7, 14, 21, 28, that's going to be 4. The remainder is 2. You put a small 2, and there is still nothing there. Okay, so that becomes a 20. 20 divided by 7, that's going to be 2. The remainder is 6, because 7 times 2 is 14. So that becomes a 60 there. 60 divided by 7, that is going to be a, let's count, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 54. That gives us an 8. The remainder is 4. And you put a 0. At this point, you can see the reason why I was doing all of this is to show you that at this point you can see that this goes on and on and on and on. In fact, we call these kind of decimal fractions irrational. They are non-recurring. As you can see, none of the numbers there, or there is no pattern. There's no identifiable pattern at this point. They are non-terminating as well, so they are called irrational numbers. In your final exams, you will be told how to round off these numbers, as we've done in section 3.4, how to round off. You will be told whether to round it off to 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, or sometimes even significant figures. Okay, and we will discuss that later on in our course this year. At this point though, if you are not told, I would like you to round it off to at least 3 decimal places. So your answer for this will be 1, or your answer for 8.7 divided by 7. I would like you to write it as 1.343, and you leave it there. Okay. Let's have a look at another example. Example 3. Right. Let's suppose now we want to divide 9.12 divided by 2. Right. 9.12 divided by 2. Let's set up our sum there. Okay. Right, so we've got, first we are going to put a division sign, put a 2 there, and 9.12 under your division sign. 9 divided by 2 is 4, and we know that the remainder is going to be 1. 11 divided by 2 first, bring up that decimal. 11 divided by 2 is 5. Again, the remainder is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Therefore, this is terminating. Terminating means it ends. There's no remainders. We don't have to keep on adding zeros and zeros and zeros. So this is called a rational fraction, or a rational number. So therefore, just to finish this off, formally 9.12 divided by 2 is equals to 4.56. Thank you, folks. I will see you next lesson for estimating and approximating.